Hey guys, happy Friday. Hopefully you've made it through this week and now you are on Friday and you're ready for the weekend. But before we head into the weekend, I just wanted to give you a little introduction into Unit 2, which we're starting today. And Unit 2 is all about symbols, imagery, mood, and emotion in writing. So we're going to take a look at a couple of things here together, and then I've got a video that I want to share with you that offers us a really good explanation of symbolism and imagery in literature. So take a minute and look at this screen and just think about in your head, what do these symbols represent? So as you're looking at each one, you probably have something that comes to mind because these are really common symbols. These are things that we know. We know what they stand for. There's no words on any of them, but we can immediately look at that symbol and know that it represents something else. It means something else. And that's exactly what we're going to look at in this unit with literature. We're going to look at how authors choose symbols or images and they use those to represent something else or to better explain something else in their writing. So our objectives for this particular unit are to analyze the influences of literary devices upon meaning, tone, or mood in literature, and then to determine the meaning of those words and phrases that are used in the text. We want to read and respond in writing to examples of literary devices, either on the whiteboard in CC or even in your quizzes and your assignments in the course. So before we move very much further, we want to look at some vocabulary words that you're going to be seeing throughout this unit. The first one is word choice, and this is pretty self-explanatory. Word choice is just the language that the writer chooses to achieve a certain effect. So it's literally the words the writer chooses to use. That's his word choice. Why does he choose those words? It's intentional because he's trying to create some sort of effect with the writing. Mood, when we're talking about mood in literature, mood is the emotional atmosphere of the piece of writing. It's kind of how it makes us feel as a reader. Emotion is just the feelings that the person experiences, whether it's a character in the story, whether it's the reader of the story. What are the emotions that we see and that we feel throughout this piece of literature? And then finally, what we're going to spend a couple of minutes on here in just a second are imagery and symbols. So in literature, imagery is a mental picture that's created through descriptive language to evoke an emotion. So imagery is created using the five senses, okay? So authors use things to tell us how things look, how they hear, how they feel, how they taste, how they smell. Okay, so they create this very vivid imagery so that we can create a picture in our mind. And lastly, symbols or symbolism. This is something usually, it's an object or an animal that stands for another idea in the text. So authors use symbols or symbolism all the time in literature. We see this a lot in poetry, which we're going to spend some time on next week. A lot of times it's something in nature where the author is using that object to stand for something else. So I've got a really cool video I want you guys to check out.